Hey everyone, this is episode 126 of Nerds with Mics. I am Emily.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Justin, and we nailed it tonight.
We did. And today we are talking about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Sony rumors, and the Oscars. But first, what have you guys been up to, Travis?
This tail is just whipping right in my face. What have I been up to? So trying to think if there's been any new movies that I've seen. I think still the newest movie I've seen is Batman. I think still playing.
What about that deleted scene?
Oh yeah.
We didn't put that in the notes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, Emily still hasn't seen it, so
all right, we won't say anything.
I've heard though that they're bringing it to HBO on like
April
20th.
I can't
or
wait.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
I will definitely be watching it then.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to see it. I wish I could erase it from my memory and watch it again for the first time.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I am so I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark here lately. Which
hold up, Justin says can't
hear
siren.
Really?
You are a little quieter tonight.
I could still.
Is that better?
It's about the same.
It's about the same.
It's good for me. I don't.
Is it good for you? It is a little quieter for me, but I can hear her.
Sorry, I was quiet.
Sorry, I was quiet. Good evening.
I don't have chat open. Sorry.
But playing lots of Lost Ark. I'm actually just past my gear level is like almost 1100, so I'm way up there. I'm getting to a point where I'm going to be able to kind of chill out and just do like daily and weekly stuff and not really have to grind so much, which I'm really excited about because I want to move on to other games. I really want to start Elden Ring. I really want to start Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I want to play more Gran Turismo. My backlog has grown because I've been playing so much Lost Ark. So I'm excited to be able to move on to other stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I started back to school again, taking more classes. So that's been fun. But other than that, that's pretty much it. What about you, Justin?
I actually gave Lost Ark another shot the other day, and I enjoyed it more than I did my first playthrough. And I haven't played a ton, but I am open to trying it a little bit more. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. Been playing some Gran Turismo 7. Been playing Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. It's been pretty enjoyable. Finished Upload Season 2. My wife and I, we've been rewatching Eastbound and Down. I think she regrets it right now because she'd never seen it, but I think she's at that stage of regret. But we just finished Season 3, so we're too far to turn back now. I agree with Newbie that Lego Star Wars looks baller and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is really good. I agree with both of those.
Very.
I was thinking, so they didn't make Lego Star Wars online multiplayer, but with PlayStation, you can do the share controller feature. So, like, who cares? We'll just do it ourselves, right?
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. What about you, Emily?
Do you have to ask?
No. Just jump into the next part then if you want to.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So can you guys hear me better now? Does it sound better?
Yeah, you sound
I
fine.
don't know.
It sounds the same to me, but I mean, one guy said you sound good on the stream. So
okay.
It might be an issue with Justin's audio, but I guess he can hear us. I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I did thought you sounded a little quieter, but I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. That's really weird. Everything should be the same. But anyways, so I've been playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, obviously. Last week, was it last week or week before last?
Our last show.
A week before last, because my birthday was last week on a Sunday, so we didn't.
That's right. Happy belated birthday, Travis.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But so I've literally been playing Wonderlands for the last couple weeks. They gave me a review copy. I was able to completely, beat the game. I always sound terrible, Newbie. Well, you can just leave.
Wow.
He says you sound good now.
Nah, okay. You're fine, Newbie. You're fine. But yeah, so been playing lots of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I finished it off stream beforehand, which was kind of fun. It was, I usually only play games like on stream, and usually only like we'll like play them and not play them off stream at all. So I do like the fact that I got to experience it and not have like interruptions and not have like people asking me 50 questions, you know. So but I started a new character on stream, and streams have been absolutely bonkers. Like they've been phenomenal. Um, you know, I think and I was featured on Twitch's front page yesterday for the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands takeover.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Congrats.
that was really cool. Had the most viewers I've ever had in my life. It was super super cool. Gained lots of new followers, lots of new, you know, like new regulars and all that stuff, and got to show a lot of people that maybe would have never even seen Wonderlands or even thought about playing it. So many new people are now like, oh my god, this game looks so awesome. So the fact
Yeah.
that I got to like turn a lot of people on to this game was like the coolest thing ever, because I think everyone should play this game. I think it's brings in so many different cool things. So, but we'll talk about that. But and then Jesse and I just watched the first episode of Halo, like literally a few hours ago. We and you have to get Paramount Plus, so he's watching like another show of that right now. And we watched No Way Home finally, because it finally came to be able to buy. So I finally watched that, and it was good. Oh my god, it was super good. So
It's like Spider-Man Endgame.
oh, it was really really good. Like
Yeah.
I was thoroughly surprised by how much I was like surprised by the movie. Like there was just like one thing after another, and I just loved No Way Home, for the simple fact that we got like a redemption from Andrew Garfield's
Yeah.
character as an actor. Like everybody kind of like hated those movies, I guess, because of the bad writing, but like he is such a good actor, and I love him as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad we got to see him as Spider-Man again. So
Agreed.
but yeah, that's been it. Wonderlands and Wonderlands and Wonderlands.
Justin wants to know if we're going to check out Steam Deck. I would love to. Valve, if you're listening, I'll email you my address.
Yeah, we had Justin and I had pre-ordered them the day that they launched pre-orders. Well, it wasn't even really the pre-order; it was basically the reserve to pre-order them.
the reserve to pre-order.
Yeah, so you know, when they launched, it still says Q2. You know, Justin and I are still over here waiting to possibly play one. I did see that there's one on Marketplace in Ohio. They're nearby for like $600.
Oh.
But yeah,
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. What Newbie said. I would
Yeah,
watch it.
Nibby says I think you get all Spideys in a movie just slapping each other for 4 hours. It would still be movie of the year.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
for sure. Yeah. So, but yeah, so Emily, you did talk about what obviously you've been up to, and I think that's really at the top of the show. What you've been thinking about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I know Justin's played some, so I'm sure he can chime in. I unfortunately have not been able to play any, but I do plan to play soon. So
Yes. Well, first of all, like it's just it was like it's a one up on Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is great, but
before you
yeah.
get too into it, I did want to say I saw on your Instagram that what they sent you was a big old book.
Oh yeah.
You wanna
can't
talk about
see it
that
'cause
first?
you can't see it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my name's in the way. But yeah, so Gearbox sent out a lot of the creators, 2K Next makers, and the creator team. This big, so like I said, yeah, there you go. You can take away my name for a
I
second.
was trying to take it away, but I can't.
It's okay, but it's a big spell book that has my name and is numbered on the front.
Is it
And
covered up still?
Yeah. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit, but
But it's pretty
this really
big.
cool book. It has these stained glass pictures in the front, so it's like pages of stained glass pictures that are really cool. And then when you finally open it up, they gave us a amazing hoodie. This hoodie that I'm wearing actually says Wonderlands on the front, and then it has like stuff down the sleeve, and then on the back it has Butt Stallion. Like up in the little pose, and then they also sent in it the Mighty Jax, beautiful Tiny Tina
Yeah.
riding a butt stallion statue. So that was really cool. That was really awesome of him. 2K has been just like 2K and Gearbox has just been like absolutely phenomenal on this launch. I think I have a treasure trove coming as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, but I think mine's it's just taking forever to get here. But yeah, no, and they've been giving me like last night, like on my front page, they gave me like 5 PC keys to give away. They gave me 6 console keys to give away.
Wow.
They gave me 10 skeleton keys to give away for the use in the game. And then I have another PC key that I'm going to be giving away on Twitter. So if anybody listening is wanting a copy of the game, I will be posting that on Twitter probably tomorrow, before I go live and stuff like that. Telling you how to enter and all that stuff. So, but yeah, and there's a poster. The poster came with it too, so you can't really see it very well. But it's the Excalibur shotgun in the stone, so pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of the coolest packages I've ever gotten. So
I would imagine so.
Travis, you got to give it a shot.
I cried.
Oh, I will for sure. It's not that I don't want to play it, but I plan on picking it up probably, starting it on my day off on Tuesday.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so first of all, the story is amazing. There's a lot of reviews out there that are saying like it's short. The thing is like in a D&D campaign, you don't just go straight through, right? You don't just go. It's how like you go on side quests, you do this, you do that, and the side quest enhance the main thing that you're focusing on and doing, right? Well, it's a D&D inspired game. So that's kind of the thing. That's what they want you to do, and that's kind of what they do a little bit with the scaling. So you kind of have to do some side quests to kind of keep up with the level scaling that it does. So I like that they did that, but hands down, the main story was great, 10 out of 10. The side quests were actually absolutely phenomenal. The overworld actually has side quests that trigger optional areas within the world and make you go into optional areas if you don't have to, but like the stories are so unique and funny and awesome that you're just like, I've got to go and figure out what's going on in here. There's one part, and this is the only one I'll talk about, but it's in the overworld, and this game's rated T for teen. It's not rated mature like all the other Borderlands games, but they skirt the line. They skirt that line hard. There's butts all over the game, whether it be decrepit pirate butts or the mushroom butts, the mushroom booty, right? So there's also a part in the overworld where there's this magical being sitting just right in front of you. He has an exclamation point over his head, and he's like, he has this like real gruff like Jersey accent, and he's just like, hey, I need you to come over. Like I don't know, maybe he's Italian, I'm not really sure. He's like, I need you to come over here and like help me. And you're like, okay. So you walk over to this bean, and you're just like, what's up, bud? And he has like alternate personalities. So you pick up this bean, and he wants you to take him over to this area in the overworld. The overworld's that top down, right?
Yeah.
So you go over to this area in the overworld.
I love the overworld, by the way.
Yeah,
I love the whole
overworld
aesthetic,
is
the whole vibe.
gorgeous.
There's like Cheetos.
Mm-hmm. Like
Pop
they drop
cans.
Cheetos on the board, and Tiny Tina's like, that's not a Cheeto, that's a meteor. And it's so good. But you take this bean over to this like village that's locked off and blocked off, and you set the bean down, and he goes, okay. He goes, I'm gonna need you to flick me into this town.
Flicking beans, huh?
Yep. He literally says, I need you. He's a bean, and he goes, I need you to flick me up into this town. And you do it, and it just sprouts this huge, ginormous beanstalk, and it just destroys the town. And it's freaking hilarious. It's
Does it look
so
like an
funny.
eggplant or anything like that?
He's a curved little bean. He's just a
Oh,
curved little
okay.
jumping magic bean is what he is.
Oh,
You'll see it when you play it.
Beans are
You'll
pretty
see
magical.
this green bean. It's like this little lima bean green dude, and you'll know exactly. You'll be like, oh, that's the bean. Okay,
That's the bean.
that's the bean.
I finally found it.
Yeah.
Been looking for it this whole time.
Yes, yeah. But it's just little things like that I mean, yes, you can ignore it and you can just go forward, go straight through the whole story and don't worry about anything else. But if you do that, you're going to have a much harder time, fighting enemies, and you're going to lose out on a lot of really, really cool, unique loot and unique enemies
Right.
and unique stories. So I 100% recommend for the story, but don't come crying to me when you say it's too short, because you just, went straight through it. So there's a lot of reviews out there that are saying it's short. It's not short at all. I played and it took me, and I even skipped to get to the end so that I could hurry up and like experience the whole main story. But I skipped one side area and a bunch of side quests just to kind of get through and finally like get to it. And I had put 1 day and like 10 hours into the game.
Yeah.
And
Newbie wants to know
Newbie.
what's wrong with flicking the bean. I personally, I don't prefer flicking. I prefer flipping. Flicking's a
God.
little harsh, but that's fine.
Jeez.
Who's counting?
I think if you're watching the show, you can tell the exact moment that Travis and I saw that comment come through, because we both started laughing.
Yeah, I knew something had been said, and I saw the orange name, and I knew it was Newbie, and I was just ignoring it. Like I do in my own stream. I just ignore Newbie. It's fine.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, so it's just I don't see. I already forgot what I was saying. Look what you did. Look what you did.
What?
Look what you did. But yeah,
Yep.
so like I said, just you want to go and you want to explore, and you don't want to just rush through things, because there are hidden things in the environment that help you, and like loot dice. So the thing about loot dice is they increase your loot luck every single time you find a die. And if you find every single die in the whole entire game, there's like 280 or 260 some of the lucky loot die. And when you find them all, you get a permanent 35% loot luck bonus to your game.
Newbie's trying real hard to backpedal on that original comment.
It's fine, Newbie.
Noise.
It's fine. But yeah, so it's just explore, have fun, like take your time, because it is such a beautiful environment. The environment is so beautiful. There's a photo mode, so you can actually take like screenshots and pictures of the world, and it's some of the prettiest world development that I have seen in a Borderlands game, in a series. Cool. Yes. Secondly, the voice acting is some of the best. And a lot of people were like, but what about Borderlands 2? Listen, I'm telling you, the bickering back and forth between Wanda Sykes' character and Andy Samberg's character is some of the greatest that you will hear.
It's so enjoyable.
It's so like the thing is like when they talk, you just shut up, because you want to listen to them, and you want to hear all the little funny like jokes and things that they have to say. And then of course, like they're talking and they're chatting with Tina, because they're all three playing around the board. So it's just so enjoyable to have that dialogue, and even the voice acting of like I said, the Bean's voice actor is just like, they just took the time to find like the perfect voice actors for everything in everyone in this game. Yeah. Because they call you Newbie. Yeah. They call you Newbie in the game. Like whenever you first start the game, they're like, "Are you ready, Newbie?" Like, because you're the new person at the table. So, but yeah, it's super cool. Like I said, voice acting's on par. Will Arnett as the Dragon Lord, as the villain, is absolutely phenomenal. He's one of those villains that's on par with Handsome Jack.
What class are you rolling with? What's your main class?
I am doing a spell shot as my main and a spore warden as my secondary of my multi-class.
Okay.
So I'm doing ambidextrous, which means I can roll with 2 spells instead of having an action skill.
Nice.
I'm able to have 2 spells all the time. And
Spells are
it's
really
super
nice
fun.
in this game.
Oh, it's hard. It's gonna be hard for me to go back to grenades in
Yeah.
any other Borderlands game. It's gonna be so hard to go back to grenades because spells are so much fun.
Yeah, I'm still early on in the game, but I'm using one right now where like I pull like 3 comets out of the sky.
Meteor, the
Meteors, yeah,
calamity.
and they just like
Yep.
pummel the enemy, and I love it. I never want to leave that.
The calamity spells are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
They bring down meteors. You have one that just brings down one large meteor, and the area of effect damage is just huge.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the they have ones that like release companions, like actual like hydras and all that kind of stuff in the air, and it'll go and attack the enemies, which is pretty cool. I've gotten a few of the legendary spells. Some of them are just kind of like one-off, like, hey, this is an Easter egg, essentially. But the one I'm using right now is actually a 60 times 16 magic spell, and it's called the Twister, and it literally, when you throw it through the air, it just twists as it goes. All those projectiles, those 16 projectiles, just twist as it goes, and it has leeching dark magic and poison at the same time, and it sucks things in because it's a Twister. It sucks things in a singularity, which is pretty cool. So there's some really, really cool spells. They're like everything. So everything feels really good. There are some things that kind of need a little bit of a buff or just need, tuning and stuff like that, which you will have when you have this many people playing your game. Now you're going to have people that are going to be using certain weapons over others because they just aren't as good. Gameplay, for me, everything feels really smooth. I don't know about you, Justin, if you've kind of felt that, like, movement between using guns to melee to spells, like how smooth it actually is. You would think within a game where there's so much going on that it would feel clunky, but it actually feels really smooth.
Yeah, I'm playing
switching between the 3.
Yeah, I'm playing on PS5 with on performance mode. And it's very smooth. Even when it gets chaotic, I don't feel like there's any frame rate dips. I don't know. I'm assuming you're on PC.
I'm on PC. I stream and play on the same PC though, so I don't have my stuff set on ultra. When I was playing it offline, when I was not streaming, I had everything pretty much set to ultra, and I had a few things like turned off, like volumetric fog, because I hate it. And shadows actually look better on medium than they do on any other setting for some reason.
Yeah.
You should check it out. Like, you should actually turn your chat, because you can actually see it in the game as you're turning it down. It'll show you the difference. And medium shadows actually look, in my opinion, look better. So there was a few things that I turned down, and it ran so beautifully. And I have a 1080 Ti. I don't have the newest, graphics card out there. And it is run so much smoother than Borderlands 3 ever thought about running. To this day, I still have issues running Borderlands 3 on the same PC that I stream. A lot of artifacting issues and stuff like that. And so it seems like to me that this Borderlands 3 almost became sort of a trial run for Wonderlands release, which kind of sad because I still love Borderlands 3. But this has been the best in the series, if like that I love it. It's probably, like like Newbie said, Tiny Tina is better than the best Borderlands game though. Pre-sequel is the worst Borderlands game in the series. So
is he joking or is he being serious?
Yeah, he knows my opinion on that.
Okay, gotcha.
It is. I mean, well, the thing is like it was made by 2K Australia and Gearbox Quebec. It wasn't even made by the same people who made all the other Borderlands games. And they gave them a chance, and they failed miserably. They even didn't even make all the content that was supposed to come out for that game. So they stopped development on it like entirely. But yeah, it's definitely hands down probably my favorite Borderlands in the series now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah, the combat feels absolutely just smooth. The transitioning from using, melee to guns to spells, The fact that you can use your spells while you're hip firing your gun is pretty cool. There's a lot of, games out there where you can only do one thing at a time. Like you can only shoot spells or you can only shoot your guns. So I think that's pretty awesome. And last but not least, like in-game. In-game this is probably the best in-game that has ever been launched with a Borderlands game. It's actually challenging. And it's something that it's repetitive, but it's a good repetitive. It's a kind of choose your own adventure style in-game. So you have 1 through 20 chaos chambers, and each chaos chamber progressively gets harder. The loot progressively gets better as you go, and you have a chance for chaotic gear, which is the same gear that you probably currently have, but it has better stats, it has better power, it has maybe better resistance on it, stuff like that. And then the next step up from that is volatile, and volatile is like the best you can get right now. But the in-game is very cool. It's kind of like the best of everything that they've done from all the Borderlands games. You do an encounter, and then once the encounter's been cleared, you even have side missions inside those encounters. If you complete the side mission, you get extra crystals at the end of that encounter. So you get more crystals the more you do in it. You can also choose to get curses, and curses allow you to gain more crystals, but it makes the encounter harder as you go through. And then at the end of the encounter, after you fight your in chaos chamber boss, you have the ability to go into the loot room. You'll have a chest in front of you if you complete it. Even if you don't complete it, I think you still retain your crystals. And then there's bunnies lining up the wall that have, each individual bunny has they'll have SMGs or they'll have ARs in them, and they'll all have their own special type of loot in them that you put your crystals into, and then the bunny pukes out a bunch of gear. So it's very good, but each time you go in, it's a little bit different. You may not get the same portals at the end of your encounter. So that's really good. I think there's there's 4 total portals I think that you can choose from when you're in an encounter. But 2 will be spawned at the end of the encounter. And there are secret bosses that you can find as you go through all the encounters. There'll be little runes written on the wall, and if you to see that rune and you click on it, you can actually solve a puzzle to get a secret boss at the very, very end of your chaos chamber. So
Gotcha.
there's so much you can do. It's really awesome. So, and then once you're in a chaos level, you can take that chaos level essentially outside of chaos chambers and go and just farm enemies or old bosses that maybe you battled and killed before. So
That's very cool.
Yeah, sorry. That was a lot. I know.
No, you're fine. It's a big release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I'm having a great time with it. I haven't put in nearly as much time as you, but I mean, it's definitely going to be one of my main games for the foreseeable future between that and Elden Ring.
Yeah. How is the adaptive triggers on PlayStation, Justin? Do they do anything?
They're
with
great.
those?
Yeah, they're great. I thought Borderlands 3 actually did a really good job too with the DualSense controller, and they just built upon that with this. So I definitely think it's a good game for DualSense.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, hopefully PC will get DualSense support before too long. It's kind of ridiculous that it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, like when you plug in a controller?
Yeah, well, the PS5 controllers work, but you don't get the trigger feedback like you do, which is really just unfortunate because I'm sure there's a lot of really cool PC exclusive games that would just rock the DualSense controller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Anything else you want to add, Emily?
I mean, so I said a lot of really great things about the game. There are some one-offs that they need to definitely work on. The UI is pretty buggy right now. Unfortunately, the map feels so. Obviously, Justin, you're probably not going to experience this, but the map thing and some of the UI actually feels like it was just taken from console and ported over to a PC. So the way that like you could navigate the map in Borderlands 3 is you use your mouse to click on something, and if you clicked on a fast travel station, you could hold the click and it would just fast travel you to that. They have also like pretty much made you have to click on the map and essentially move that center cursor around the map, so it's like you're using a controller at that point. Like you have to, it's like you're using, yeah, it's like you're using a joystick. So the map portion is just really bad UI for PC. Like I said, it's like they didn't even make a separate UI for PC. They literally just took the UI from console and put it on PC. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, having a
Oh,
coughing fit.
no. We lost her.
Yeah. Yeah.
We lost
Well,
her.
I'm sure she'll be giving that feedback to her because I think she's on one of the teams that provides feedback for that. I think so. I'm sure
She's the main developer, I believe.
Yeah.
She was
she's
the
making a
creative
what is she?
director and lead story writer,
Yeah.
and she voiced Tiny Tina. I'm gonna mute her mic so she can't correct me on any of that. So just kidding. But yeah, Travis, I actually am excited for you to play it. I'm actually off on work Tuesday, so let me know when you hop on. And I'll join you.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, it's crossplay too, so maybe Emily can join us as well. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah,
Yep, 100% crossplay. I talked way too much yesterday.
Yeah.
It was crazy yesterday. So, but I probably will lose my voice sometime by the end of this week. Probably, I'm sure. But yeah, no. They definitely have some things to work on. I know Newbie said something about work on more difficulties. I hope that they maybe add like a secondary playthrough. Like that
Like
would
a
be
new
really
game
fun.
plus type thing or what?
Yeah. Not like a like there's the True Vault Hunter mode and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode that they did in the other games, and that was fun. But they didn't really add anything inventive into like the Borderlands 3 version. They didn't add any new types of guns. It was just the same. You played through the story again, and like elemental damage just mattered a little bit more, and that was it. But they did add difficulties this time around in your first playthrough. There is relaxed, balanced, and intense. So there is different difficulties in it. It's just once you've beaten the game, you can't play through the game again on that character. There's no like replay the whole entire story again on that character. So I would like that to be added in. Not necessarily the same form as like Ultimate Vault or True Vault Hunter and Ultimate Vault Hunter. But just to allow me to play through the story again if I want to, give me that option type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then some of the like so in most Borderlands games, pretty much any named boss is gonna respawn. Like it's just gonna respawn after you kill it. If they have like a unique name. And not like, skeleton man over here is not gonna respawn, but like someone with an actual like name to them will.
you all right? Oh no, we lost her again.
Yep.
I think
Oh no.
it's okay. Well, we'll let her wrap up and move on, give her voice a break.
Yeah. So if you had to give it a number, like a 5 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 or a 12 out of 10, what would you give it?
Probably a 9.
A 9. Well, okay.
Yeah, because obviously like everything's good.
Mhm.
But those little few things, not being able to re-kill certain bosses, kind of does that in for me. And the loot pools, if they made those bosses respawn, would actually you'd be able to diversify the loot a little bit better. So there's like 76 unique enemies that just don't respawn. So, and they have like a lot of the dedicated loot is placed into bosses, and it's like 3 dedicated drops are placed into that boss's loot pool. So if it's a 10% chance for it to drop a dedicated drop, then you only have like a 2.3 something 333 repeating chance to get a dedicated drop for that specific item that you want. So, definitely a 9 out of 10. Like if they would have had respawnable, like a lot of the bosses respawning and a very a wider diversity of the loot pools, then it probably would have been a 10 out of 10. 100%. But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm going to stop talking. So,
All right. Justin,
I
over to
can
you,
let
buddy.
my voice
All right. So the Oscars just did something weird where I have it muted, but I think they were kicking saying the 5 best moments in movies or something. I don't really know what they're doing. They're counting 5 events, but number 1 was Justice League, so I know that list is void. It doesn't matter. But back to the show. I hate Justice League, man. That movie sucks. Travis, you look shocked.
Well, no, does it have to do with the reshoot and the re-release of it? Is that what they're referring
number
to?
5 was Neo and Bullet Time. Number 4 was Dreamgirls performance. Number 3 was Avengers assembling in Endgame. 2 was the 3 Spider-Man in No Way Home, and number 1 was the Flash in Justice League. So that list doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I don't even know what they're figuring out. It just doesn't work for me. So
okay, yeah.
All right, so it is rumored. So let's just get this out of the way. Microsoft has figured it out when it comes to Game Pass.
For sure.
Sony is crushing it on the console front and the exclusive front, but Microsoft has really struck gold when it comes to Game Pass. And Sony has taken notice, and they've been working on their own kind of Game Pass competitor. And apparently, according to rumors from, I don't know, one of the big sources like the Wall Street Journal and New York Times, I forget which one now, and I don't care.
Bloomberg.
Was it Bloomberg? Okay, thanks. Travis describes the Bloomberg because he's a billionaire. They believe that Sony will announce what is codenamed Spartacus this week, basically anytime starting tomorrow and beyond. Now, we don't know what this is going to include. I know with Game Pass, it includes every first-party Microsoft game. It includes streaming. It includes the Gold online gameplay service. It involves the back catalog being playable. What's Sony going to offer? Does this mean on day one, I can play first party Sony exclusives if I subscribe? Because on Microsoft, when they release the new Fable, I'm going to get to play it day one.
Yeah.
When they release Starfield in November, I'm going to get to play it day one. And it's just is Sony going to do this? Are they really going to do this? That whenever they release the next big first party title, whatever it is for them, it's just going to be available day one to play with the subscription.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I can tell you what concerns me is kind of what they've been doing with Game Pass recently. Not Game Pass, but PlayStation Plus games, where they think like recently they gave us Ghost of Tsushima, but it was a little snippet or
the online component.
Yeah, the online component, but we didn't get the full game. It makes me wonder if we're going to start to see, instead of whole full exclusive games, we're just going to get a snippet of something. You know what I mean?
Well, Halo did something similar. They released multiplayer for free to everybody, and then you had to buy the campaign if you wanted it.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I don't know if that was free for the whole thing is free for Game Pass. So I think multiplayer was just free for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was.
Multiplayer was free for everybody.
But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. And given Sony's trend, don't get me wrong, they make a great console, they make great games, but they're not very consumer friendly. Microsoft's service, I feel is priced pretty competitively, and for the most part, pretty consumer friendly. Xbox Live Gold was originally $10 a month. This is $15 a month. I just don't know if Sony's going to be oh, hey, we're going to make this product and we're going to make it affordable. I could see them easily trying to charge more than what Game Pass Ultimate is worth. And then you have Microsoft also working on PC. Sony has released some of their titles on PC. Will those be included in the subscription? I mean, I would imagine probably not, because they don't have a dedicated PC app. They run their stuff through Steam. So, I mean, there's just a lot of question marks and things that I'm really excited to hear about this week. And also just what exactly it includes. One thing I really hope it includes is PS2 and PS1 emulation.
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
It got me going. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did. You're
oh. I played a lot of PS3 games. That's when I broke into the Sony scene, was PS3.
Yeah.
And I had family members, cousins and stuff, that had PS2s and PS1s. That whenever I go over to their house, I would play those games and man, these are really cool games. So that would give me a chance to actually fully play through those games now as an adult. It would be really cool.
Yeah. Imagine if we could play PS2 games and go back and play GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas before they broke them. Right? How great would
That'd
that be?
great. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when of course I'm a big SOCOM fan. I've talked about this literally since day one of the show. But there's people in the SOCOM community are excited because they think that possibly it could mean PS2 emulation. Maybe that would reignite those servers, or somehow you can still play them through LAN and through the way that they play through LAN now, but they do it online. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the possibilities, it really does open the door for a lot of possibilities. And what are we exactly going to get? I mean, for it to compete with Game Pass, it's got to be pretty freaking great, right?
So yeah, so one of the I don't know which article you read, but one of the articles, I think it was from
I
the
don't read.
Bloomberg one. They said that there could be different tiers.
Newbie says you can already emulate PS1 and PS2 on an Xbox Series X, and that is something I need to
That's
look into.
hilarious.
So supposedly there are the rumors are they're going to have a 3-tiered system. The $10 a month would be what we already basically are getting with PlayStation Plus. They said there could also be a $13 category, which is like an extra level, so to speak, which gives you access to like Game Pass style catalogs of like hundreds of downloadable games. And then the $16 one would be the premium one that adds in basically everything before that, but also adds in PlayStation Now.
That's not good enough.
Yeah. So
I mean, I need more clarification. Like, if it includes the library of downloadable games, I need to know that Sony's next big first-party title will be included on it day one. Because I know right now, as it stands, every game Xbox is planning for the next like 10 years is going to be available day one on Game Pass. And to me, that's a huge selling point.
Are we going to get Elder Scrolls day one on, since they technically, like, they own Bethesda now?
It'll be day one on Game Pass.
Yeah.
We just don't know if it's going to be Xbox exclusive yet or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
think they've already moved all the Bethesda games to Game Pass too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I need to know this. I know we'll find out this week, but that alone.
You think we're going to find out this week?
I mean, if they're really going to announce it, I would imagine. I think we'll probably know a lot. Oh, Wanda Sykes is on the Oscars right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny Tina.
My lady.
But I don't know. I think that I think we'll know a lot by the end of this week, hopefully, if the rumors are true. I know Greg Miller tweeted something like, looking like it might be a very interesting week for PlayStation, even if one of the 3 rumors I've heard is true. And he is very connected, especially with all things PlayStation. So I don't think, I mean, I don't think.
One of the 3 rumors.
Yeah. There was Spartacus. Oh, shoot. What were the others? I know like PSVR 2 is getting a lot of attention right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited as someone, because I was primarily an Xbox gamer up until this generation, and I've pivoted to PlayStation. And I mean, I still love my Xbox, but I just don't play it like I used to. So I definitely want to see that. I would love to see a subscription service similar to Game Pass appear on PlayStation.
Yeah,
my consoles
absolutely.
have became places for my things to sit.
Yeah, I feel that. I turn my Xbox on about once a month to do all the updates, and then I turn it back off. That's about how much mine gets used.
I've been playing a little bit of Forza Horizon 5 a little bit. But yeah, I'm just not on it nearly as much as I was. I mean, it's crazy to think that I had a PS4 and an Xbox One. I played my Xbox One every day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, and I barely touched my PS4 until The Last of Us Part 2 came out, and it changed my life. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go back and play Horizon. Oh, I'm going to go back and play this. I'm going to go back and play that. And I did. I was like, oh, Sony makes a really good game. And I went back and played Spider-Man. And I
tried to tell you, bro. I've been telling you for years.
I'm muting him. Hang on. I mean, it's just, yeah. And then, the people I primarily play with, they all got PlayStation. So it just felt logical to make that jump. But yeah. I don't know. So I hope to see Game Pass is like one thing that keeps me with Xbox. I will say something. I'll give Xbox some credit. Owen wanted to play Forza Horizon 5. He has an Xbox One, and he wanted to play Forza. And I was like, okay, I'll download it. But it's like 100 gigs. I'm like, this will be done in like a day, Well, it had the cloud icon next to it. So I was like, well, let's try cloud. And I thought, this is Forza Horizon 5. I believe it's running the Xbox Series X version. And we're doing cloud gaming. Now, our internet speeds are pretty good, but I thought there's no way a game going that fast will run well. And it ran flawlessly.
On
It was
Wi-Fi or hardwired?
Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Now it is only one room over. I'm in this room. The router is literally right there, and his Xbox is just back there. But it's in the other room.
Still pretty
But
good.
it ran. I mean, you would think a game where you're going that fast. I mean,
Yeah.
there'd be even like the slightest hiccup would screw you up, and it didn't.
Wow.
Newbie says, I think real gamers go back and forth with what their main console is. Yeah, I mean, I'll bounce back and forth. I still play my Xbox some, but I don't play it a ton. He
Like,
says
I
he went
think-
from 360 to Xbox One to PS4 to PS5 to Series X, all are like 3 year spans of being my main
I mean,
besides PS5 and Series
Yeah.
X.
I tell you what, I think Fable's going to be the game that really brings me back to Xbox, like at least to play that title, because I love Fable.
Oh yeah.
I'll play it on PC.
Apparently Perfect Dark is having some trouble too right now. Like a bunch of people have left the team, and it's just, I don't know. I'm a little worried about. I feel like they have a lot of good titles, good names coming up, but I don't know if
Yeah.
they're going to be good games.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, speaking of subscriptions, we also recently got, I think it was it the 11th, March 11th, I think, whatever day it was. We got the release, like the 17th release of Grand Theft Auto 5, the enhanced edition. Which just I don't know if you got to play it yet.
Yeah.
But basically, it looks as good as it does on PC. Finally, I guess that's the big thing. But it runs really well on consoles. But they announced that they are launching. Can't believe I'm about to say this. GTA Plus on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's going to be $6 a month. You get $500,000 in virtual cash every month.
Now it does take $10 real to get 500,000 for normally. So that
Yes,
is like the only good thing about this. I think the rest of it kind of sucks.
Yeah. So you unlocks for past game updates. So like basically things you've missed in updates, they're unlocked for you to be able to have access to. You also have access to exclusive vehicle upgrades. You can also buy improved shark cards with real money and get more bonus in-game cash.
So you can spend more money on top of the $5 and get more in-game
Yeah.
cash. So the
you got it.
unlocks for the past game updates, is that just something like there were timed exclusive things that okay. So there was timed exclusive things that are gone now, but now you
Correct.
have access to them through that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's some cool exclusive, like timed exclusive things that were in the past and people want that back, I mean, that's probably worth it, in my opinion. That's extra content, you know?
Yeah, unless it's one of those things where they unlock them, you get them, and then they tell you have to keep like basically paying in order to keep them, which that would be really shitty. In the first month, you'll also receive a supercar with early access upgrades, three wardrobe items, Wave Los Santos car meet membership fees, and multiplied bonuses for 2 race series, among other extras. So, yeah, so subscriptions. But I mean, it's no secret that Grand Theft Auto Online has been a thing for a really long time now, but the community still, for some odd reason, it still remains pretty strong. And I know a lot of people buy shark cards and spend a lot of money on that game. So pretty interesting. I actually just recently got into playing GTA on PC, and there's a mod you can download where you can play on online modded server where they basically have replaced all the cars with in-game, with like real licensed cars and all sorts of stuff, which is pretty cool. And I have a couple of friends of mine that actually play on Grand Theft Auto role-playing servers, and that is pretty intense from what I've been told. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not about that life. But yeah, so
you're muted.
I know role-play servers. You said,
yeah, they have like legit role-play servers
I've got
where
a couple. They're pretty fun.
Oh yeah, like
there's
you
like
can
total
go
map conversions too. Like I went to a Walmart one time with somebody in that game, and then he died. He got shot in Walmart. It was really sad.
Oh, wow.
I know. I was just walking. It was the coolest thing. I was just walking. This guy pulls up, opens his car door. I get in. We drive to Walmart. We walk in. Then he gets shot. I was like, no, like we were friends. But
it was my ride.
I know. It was my ride.
But in that game, like it's like you load in and you have like a job and an identity, and you have to write a backstory before they'll even let you on these servers. And then you can work your way up the chain if you want to go into law enforcement. You can actually like be a judge, like all sorts of crazy stuff. Like
Yeah.
one person, like they said, oh, my job for the first 10 days is I would go home from my actual job, I would get online and I was a taxi driver. So all they did was like real players would get into a taxi, they'd say where they want to go, and they would drive them there. And it's all like close proximity chat. So like you can't
Yeah.
verbally talk to somebody unless you're like close to them.
I like
But
the on TikTok, I'll see like the police department in Grand Theft Auto Online, and like they'll actually pull people over, like, "Hey, why are you going so fast?" He's like, "Oh, I just got off work and I was,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
whole thing." And I'm like, this is the goofiest thing, but also it's kind of cool. But I don't know.
Yeah, I just imagine like people like, I don't want to say this because it'll make me sound like a terrible person, but like,
Oh no, don't say it.
You have these people in real life that just have like the shittiest job, the shittiest life, right? Like they come home, they put their headset on, they go in game, and they're like a judge or they're a cop or they're like living their best life. But it's
we
online.
can't cut anything out because this is live, right?
No, that's fine.
But that's what makes video games amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what like I tell like that's what I get why I get enjoyment out of streaming, because like there's people out there that probably had the shittiest day known to man.
Yeah.
Right. And I harbor a very inclusive, like fun place where people can just come in, hang out, forget about the crappy day they had at work, or forget about their life for 5 minutes. And that's what these RP communities do
Yeah.
for these people. Like, yeah, you can have a shitty job, but then you get into the game and you forget about all that,
That's true.
And so I don't think that's way off base, like what you were saying. Like, I mean, that's why video games are so awesome. That's why video games are honestly super good for your mental health.
Yeah, it makes me
I
think
think.
of Ready Player One, because you notice
Mhm.
a lot of those people that were like in game were like in like trailer parks or rundown neighborhoods, but then when they got online, they were like the coolest person in the game. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's pretty
Yep.
interesting. All right, well, that's all I have for GTA. But we're you mentioned earlier, Justin, you're watching the Oscars, right?
Yeah, I believe you put down some nominees a moment ago or before the show, some of the big ones, but only one of them has been awarded. That was Best Animated Picture. The nominees were Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchell's versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon, and Encanto won.
Do you think that's the good choice, or would you have picked a different one?
That's a great choice. I probably would have picked either that or Mitchell's versus the Machines. I do know I looked at a list a moment ago. Now I've lost it. Of like all of the awards, because they give like one big award, and then they kind of like do like the smaller ones, which no part of a movie is small. Like anyone who works on it works hard.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very important. But it's not one of the flashy ones, I'll say. It looks like Dune is cleaning up like the technical awards. Gosh, I'm trying to find the list. I had a list earlier. Now it's gone.
Yeah, there was a website that I found that was pretty cool that basically listed the nominees. It said who will probably win, and then it was like who has a chance to win, and then they had a category that even said who should win.
Yeah,
like, which I thought was pretty interesting, because one of the categories was for best actor, and there was like Will Smith for King Richard, which is obviously the movie about Serena Williams, and
yeah.
And then they said that he'll probably win, but then they said who else has a chance to win, which was Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog. But they said who should win was Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom, which I'm not sure what that Tick, Tick, Boom movie is. But
Jonathan Larson, the playwright who wrote Rent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dune has won Best Production Design, Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, Best Sound, Best Cinematography, and Best Visual Effects. Encanto won Best Animated Feature. Ariana DeBose won Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story. Queen of Basketball won Best Documentary Short. The Long Goodbye won Best Live Action Short Film. The Eyes of Tammy Faye won Best Makeup and Hairstyling. The Windshield Wiper won Best Animated Short Film. And that's where we're at right now.
Is Tammy Faye the one that was the coupon lady, or was that the religious, the one where she was a TV? Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's somebody accepting an award right now. It looks like he's speaking in sign language, so it's possible Coda just won something.
That's an Apple TV original. I think that was. It was The Tragedy of Macbeth. Was that an Apple one as well?
Yep. It had a theatrical run, but then it went to Apple TV like a week after.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm not sure if somebody just won something. I have my sound off, obviously, because we're doing a show.
Yeah.
And my subtitles are like
thanks.
way
Thanks for being
behind.
considerate about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he won or not. Yeah, he won. He won something. He's holding an Oscar. So I don't know what he won for. Something.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
find out when the list updates.
The best picture is the very last one, though, so it wouldn't be that, right?
Yeah, they'll do
Okay.
like best actor, best director, best actress, best screenplay.
I have to
think.
ask. We'll move on to pick of the week after this, but have you guys been watching Severance yet?
I
Started
have,
it.
Yes, I have
Severance?
not watched. I have not watched this last week's episode because of Wonderlands, but I'll probably watch it tonight after we get off. Oh, it's like honestly, like this show is just
It's insane.
I can't wait. Okay, don't say anything. I have not caught up.
I'm not.
But I'm
Like,
excited now that you are talking
it's
about like
so freaking good.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It's like
it's just one like thing after another that's just like what?
Yeah,
Like,
you think you have it
how?
figured out, and then you're like,
Yeah.
wait, no, that's not what I was
Yeah,
thinking was happening.
like I don't have the one lady figured out yet. Like I still don't know. Like you know who I'm
Yeah.
talking about, right?
Oh, for
Like,
sure. Yeah.
Like I still don't have her figured out. Like I still don't know if like
I
if
just
she's good or evil. Like you know,
I just when you realize
and like I think I have it figured out. Like I
yeah.
think I do. Justin, can you like
Well, we could talk about it after.
I was like, Justin, just leave.
It was-
Just
It was an actor for Coda who won actor in a supporting role. Troy Kotzer. I don't even say his
Okay.
name, but he won for Coda.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
let's
take
let's
my
go ahead and
headphones
move
off for a
on
second.
to no, you're fine. We'll go ahead and move
Okay.
on to pick of the week,
Okay.
and then we could talk afterwards. How about that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So let's go ahead and do pick of the week.
Pick of the
Ba-da-da.
week. Ba-da-da.
Emily, what about you? I mean, I don't think I have to ask you what your pick of the week is, but
No, it's Wonderlands.
has to
It's
be.
the only. It's all. I mean, like literally the only other things that I've like watched or played or did. I mean, it's been like I said, No Way Home, the Halo we just watched, and I will have to say like if it's not Wonderlands, it's Halo because it just blew me away. Like I've already talked about Wonderlands. You guys know I love Wonderlands. You guys know it's my real pick of the week. But if I have to choose something else, I would say Halo because it blew me away. It really did. The fact that like
The
there
visuals
was
are
so-
super good.
The people were complaining. They were like, "This looks stupid. The visuals look stupid." Like everybody was like, "This looks like super bad." Yes, recommend Apple TV 1000%. There's so many good shows on there.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah.
but Halo for me, it's one of those things that like it's not a Marvel movie. Like you're not gonna have Marvel level
Yeah.
graphics. Like it's not like how much did it cost to make in game or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars. Like
Right.
right. So this is a made for TV show. Like obviously it's gonna be a little bit toned down on the graphics. But I thought it was fantastic. I thought they did a good job with the weapons. I thought that they did a good job with the enemies and
The sound is spot on too with the energy shields and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
like the sounds for like the shooting and the sword and like all of that stuff. It's really really good. And like I said, they didn't mess around right out of the gate. They started blowing kids up, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Well, even that one scene where that I forget the enemies, the name's enemy or the
the
enemy.
brute, the big
The brute where
brutes.
he like
Yeah.
opened the door and there was like
Mhm.
tons of kid inside and he just like
Yeah.
wasting
He was like,
everybody.
"Bye. See you
Yeah.
later."
Yeah, that's crazy.
So honestly, yeah, like for sure, Halo. Like you guys know, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is my pick of the week. But like, if it was anything else other than that, it would be Halo because it, $5 for Paramount Plus. You get a ton of other really great stuff on Paramount Plus too. But literally, like the Halo series looks if every episode is as good as this one was. I'm not worried, and I will pay $5. We will pay $5 a month to watch it for the.
Yeah,
for
I was
the
kind of
foreseeable future.
concerned. I was kind of concerned because I was like, oh, great. It's from like CBS essentially. And I was like, it's going to be like a CW show or whatever. But I've actually, I mean, I still got like 15 minutes of the first episode
Right.
left, but it's really good. Like it's way better than I thought it would be. And, and
The
I
last
think they
15
got
minutes is pretty good.
Yeah, and I think they got the tone and the color scheme right. It really does truly feel like it's out of that universe.
Yeah,
And I like that we're getting
really good.
And I like that we're getting the version of Master Chief that basically just follows orders before he kind of like becomes self-aware, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And that's pretty interesting to see.
Right. So it's almost kind of like, because in all the Halo, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while since I've played Halo 1, but in what Halo, like the very first Halos, right? He was already been disengaged and does his own thing, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah, so we kind of, I know it's not going along with 100% with the video games, but I feel like this is almost kind of like a prequel to like how he became to be who he is.
Right.
And I like that. The only complaint, which obviously is I still don't like the way Cortana looks.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, so I'll let you know.
No. I'm not saying she's in it, but like we've seen pictures
gotcha.
of her. I don't like the way Cortana looks. Like, I think she looks too human-like. She is an AI. She needs to look like Cortana. She needs to honestly just put Cortana from the video game in. Like, I think that would be fine. I think people would have liked that better than having the more human-like AI. So
yeah.
But.
Okay, well, cool. Justin, what about you?
So mine would normally be Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but since I think we are both on the same page, I'll pick another one, and that would be Upload. I talked about it on the last show, and I finally finished it, and holy smokes, Travis, you're right, that did end with a cliffhanger. And
I did not expect it to end there. I was like, oh, this is the last episode of season 2. I'm like,
show. Emily, did you say you watched that? You watched that, right?
What?
Upload?
Oh, no, we haven't watched. I've watched the first season of Upload. I've not watched second season of Upload.
It's only 7 episodes. It's a real easy watch.
We need to find some more stuff to watch, and I don't think Jesse watched Upload, so we might watch it together.
It's good. I just didn't care as much for it as the first season, but it is still good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's my big Upload season 2 on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Mine honestly is going to be, I don't think it was this last week. If it was, I apologize, but Severance is mine, just because it's been such a good show. Like I was saying, each episode you think you have it figured out, and then it'll introduce more questions, and you're like, oh, like there's like this one random scene, and it doesn't really give anything away. But Emily, were you not thrown for a loop when you saw the one random scene of a guy in a room feeding goats?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah. You're just like, what is this? And and honestly, after I saw the room with all the other people in it, and the cards, I kind of have a guess
understanding
of what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we can talk about it after the show.
But. Yeah, for sure. So that is my pick of the week. So yeah, this is a good episode, guys. I'm glad we came back for this one.
Yeah. Sorry, I almost died.
Yeah, it's okay.
Couple times, yeah.
Your voice will be gone by the end of the week. It's fine.
No, it will 100%. Like it's just gonna be flat out gone because it's just like people come in and they're like, "How do you like the game? How's the game? How's the game? How's the game?" I'm like, and then I like give my whole monologue of like why I like the game, and it's just So
yeah, I think Cortana should be red.
Shut up, newbie.
And look like a wolf. Yeah. Well, Emily, since your voice is out, I'll close this out here. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Well, everyone, want to thank you for listening to episode 126 of Nerds with Mics. As always, please make sure you follow and like us on whatever platform is best for you. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, whatever it may be. Also, if there's anything that you would like to see from the channel, whether or not you'd like to see different content, if you'd like for us to do any kind of movie reviews, gameplays, whatever. Okay, this music is weird. I'm birthday boy. But anyways, as always, thank you. And until next time, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.